I'm Mr. James. This is Kenpo On Dummies. For orange belt strikes, we have 3 strikes for you. The first one is an obscure back elbow. Obscure means hidden. What you're going to do for this elbow, you've got it in a couple of your techniques. It's going to come straight up the opponent's body. The flat part of the elbow up around the tricep tendon is going to come and strike the opponent up under his chin. This way. You want to make sure that your forearm stays in alignment with the striking surface. A lot of people tend to bring this in or out, and that really reduces the backup mass on this strike. You want to keep all this in alignment this way. Don't lean or rotate yourself around when you do this. You want to keep all this lined up. If you keep your arm against the opponent's body, it's going to allow you to keep like a contact or a friction check, kind of sense what he's doing if he tries to lean back or anything like that. It's also going to keep this in a visually negative plane for him. He's not going to be able to see this strike coming. Just like when you do those rising forearms, he's not going to see this coming up under his chin, which is why it's called an obscure elbow. It's hidden here. All right? Same thing on the other side. Comes straight up. Right? Just like that. It's a nice shot. It's a real tooth rattler. Right? Your second strike is an underhand reverse hammerfist. Kenpo, when we talk about a reverse, we talk about the opposite striking surface. Hammerfist is this striking surface, reverse is this. Because you got these bony protuberances from your thumb, you got to make sure you find a soft target for this. Good target is his groin. Stomach's not bad too, but you got to kind of wiggle it around to do that. Underhand reverse hammerfist. Underhand is kind of like an underhand throwing motion for a ball. Underhand reverse hammerfist comes up into the groin. Keep a little bit of a bend in your elbow. If you lock this out and you hit, you can hyperextend your own elbow. That is a BAD. Up into the opponent's groin, just like that. You'll notice we use the Bob XL. He's got a groin. It's way better. It's worth a couple extra bucks. The Shorty Bob, where he just stops at the waist, not as good. Okay? That is your underhand reverse hammerfist. Your last strike at the orange belt level is an overhead outward elbow, or an outward overhead elbow. All right? So before you had an inward overhead, this one is an outward overhead. Kind of like if you did an upward block and then finished the rotation, or if you were yawning, this way, up and out. All right? It's good for clearing somebody's arm off of you. You can also use it for striking somebody that was next to you in the collarbone, this way, or this way, I suppose. You wanted to do it on the other side. You've got it in a couple of your more obscure techniques. You can also use it once the guy was bent over, hitting him in the back. I guess you can hit him in the top of the head. I don't really see that, though. You'll also see it in a couple of your techniques later on when you're doing like rear twists to hit things, like into his sternum. All right, so there you go. Those are your 3 strikes for orange belt. I'm Mr. James at Charm City Karate. This is Kenpo On Dummies. Have a great day. Don't forget to practice.